Each of you has heard the President of the United States end every major speech with the prayer, "God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America." And yes, this is a prayer. This is one of the first prayers that parents usually teach their children. For example, "God bless mommy and daddy, God bless my brothers and sisters." However, this simple prayer is not allowed in public schools because opponents of prayer cite separation of church and state. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects my right to pray and the separation of church and state. If one reads the Constitution, it's actually protecting religion from the government and not the government from religion. About 10 years ago, students from my school have been warned against starting prayer and including one in their remarks during graduation for fear of running against separation of church and state and loss of federal funding, not to mention the lawsuits from certain sections of society, sponsored by the American Civil Liberties Union. I have every right to include prayer in my commencement address because I maintain that I have every right to pray voluntarily and that the same parts of the Constitution that the ALCU cites as proof against the right to pray in school actually protects my right to do so. The First Amendment of the Constitution states that Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. This also includes free speech about religion and even speech promoting religion as long as it's the individual speaking. I am a citizen. The president is a citizen. So my constitutional rights do not stop at the door of the Capitol or the front door of the school. In fact, these are places where my glorious rights should be on full display, especially since I have earned the honor of speaking from my heart at graduation. According to the article, Your Right to Religious Freedom, the First Amendment of the Constitution says that every citizen in the United States has the right to practice his or her own religion or no religion at all. Our founding fathers were of different religious backgrounds, and they believed that in order to protect religion, they needed to keep it out of the government. Any citizen has the right to believe what they want. The government, on the other hand, is not allowed to encourage or promote religion in any way or give financial support to any religion. The Free Exercise Clause of the First Amendment gives citizens the right to worship or not. I attended the Iowa FFA State Convention this past week, where Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds invoked a blessing at the end of her speech. Congress starts every session off with a prayer in chambers of the United States Capitol, the seat of our government, and even appoints an official chaplain. The mistake is often made when assuming separation of church and state protects the government from religion when it actually protects religion from the government. An article in the Washington Post stated that students can pray in public schools. There are many misunderstandings when it comes to what is allowed in public schools ever since the Supreme Court banned school-sponsored prayer in 1962. Public schools cannot initiate or sponsor religious activities, but students are allowed to pray to whatever or whomever they choose, as long as they don't force anyone to do the same or interrupt any classes. According to the Washington Post, the United States Supreme Court has never ruled that kids can't pray in public school buildings. Schools are just not allowed to initiate or sponsor prayer because it violates the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment, according to the facts and case summary of Engel versus Vitale. All presidents, past and present, have ended one or more of their major speeches with "God bless America," because this right is protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution, which also protects my right to include prayer in my commencement address. I should be allowed to pray during my graduation speech because I am a student, a citizen of the United States, and protected by the Constitution, even in public school. No teacher or administrator is forcing me to pray. I am choosing to pray on my own. If anyone doesn't believe what I believe, they do not have to partake in the prayer.